All right, so here we go. We got DXY on a daily time frame. Where's my? Oh, here we go. So DXY is looking very bullish on pretty much all these significant time frames. We can see the monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hour. Hold on, why is this so dark? The screen is the light, not my lighting for me. Okay, there we go. So yeah, all the relative time frames, the important ones are very bullish. So let's go to the monthly here just to show you guys. See higher highs, higher lows, very bullish, breaking resistance, testing as support, forming a healthy trend. So that's the monthly. Weekly is also very bullish. We can see it's just been maintaining this bullish channel here. Very bullish. Daily as well. So before this push happened, before this lower high was completely eclipsed and this transition happened, this was bearish. So we can see we're getting lower lows, lower highs, very bearish. And then we got the first break of the lower high, forming our higher high and then higher low. This is our first confirmed higher low. And we saw a break, price action came back down, found support, and then completely continued in this little bullish trend. So this push here has a lot of momentum. We could see how much volume came into the market. And like, look at this, US dollar is just gapping up in some scenarios here from this candle to this candle. There's a lot of momentum. So it's kind of been this way, as we could see through these higher time frames. It's been very bullish. So the higher time frames have been always suggesting bullish momentum to come, right? So here was that final break, and right now we're just looking. I threw a fib on it, so we're just looking for a little bit of a retest, a nice healthy trend to continue. We want to see those pullbacks to key levels, just showing us that this is a healthy trend. There's a lot more room for this to move. And I'm going to be targeting, if we see those confirmations, a nice retest with some bullish confirmations in here. We're going to target higher toward our 100 level. So let me show you guys why I'm choosing that level. I'm going to go to the weekly here. So we know that it's a bullish trend. Our next major level would be the median of this level here, which happens to be a psychological level as well. So 100 flat even. Based on how we draw our support and resistance. This is a key level. You can see we have a bit of a overlap. It's a major resistance level. So that's where we're targeting next if the momentum picks up and the trend remains very strong. So yeah, this is DXY on a daily. Let me just zoom in one more time before we switch charts here. So yeah, clean, very clean looking, good trend, easy to read price action. And yeah, we're just going to play it as we see it. So nice retest here would be good, preferably to the 38.2 or even the 50% where this, this transition happened. So I am long. I'm officially long on, DXY here.
Hell yeah.
Let's keep moving. Moving on to AU. So this one played out really well over the last couple weeks. We had this little ascending pattern. We had a head and shoulders that formed and then a confirmed transition after this neckline broke. Price action pushed out of this pattern, and you can just see the bearish momentum. It's gapping lower. It's picking up momentum. The bearish, volume is really stepping in. This pair is just driving price action lower and lower and lower. So it brings us to where we are now. This is the daily time frame, and this is a major support level here, right? You can see how many times price action is rejected, and now we're at that level. It bounced already, formed a bit of a lower high here, and now price action is testing this zone again. It actually just opened, gap a little bit lower. So from this area, we're anticipating either a bounce or a break lower. And right now it's looking like the bears are clearly, in control here. So we could see a bounce, in which case I think price action would pull back to a deeper level, probably the 0.68 level, and form a more confirmed lower high, as well as a fib level, giving us bearish setups. That would be nice to see, maybe a little consolidation in this area and then a continuation. Because this has been a pretty big push. The market has to kind of breathe. That would be nice to see rather than, just price action falling out and just continuing lower. But, we always like those pullbacks to a good fib level. So this is kind of like it wicked the 38.2 here. It didn't close at the 38.2, so it's not the most, perfect example of a pullback. You see it just wicked the 38.2. It's kind of, the body closed kind of halfway between the 23.6 and the 38.2. So it's not the most ideal retracement. We really want that body closure at the 38.2. So if it does pull back, we'll just look for one of these, PRZ levels, one of our golden PRZ levels to be hit, and then we'll look for those setups lower. But if we do see price action just keep pushing lower, we're going to look for more significant closure below this support, And then we're looking for a retest where we're getting in on a lower high. And at that point, it'll be you know, a better fib level, and we can get a higher probability trade. And then we're just going to target lower. Again, this is very bearish. You can see all the time frames here, super bearish, guys. So this actually, if this breaks here, this could potentially fall quite a bit. Let's see where we would be targeting. So yeah, the next weekly level is around 0.64. A whole lot of pips away, over 200 pips, 250 pips away. Let's go to the monthly for a second and see. Yeah, so the next major support level is that weekly, 0.64. There's some micro levels in here, very minor levels that were already passed. So yeah, we could see this drop pretty significantly. Just look for those confirmations. Again, ideally, I would love to see a confirmed, really solid example of a 38.2% fib retracement, whether that's after this break, after this significant closure, or if it's, you know, now a bounce and then it hits the fib level and then continues. So we'll see. This is definitely an area to anticipate some sort of movement. This will be the deciding factor for, you know, this week for us on AU. So definitely one to watch. I've been liking AU a lot lately. It's been forming a really good trend and a good price action to follow. Yeah, it is very far away, Johnny. 250 pips at least, and that's on, you know, AU. It's typically a slower moving pair as far as pips go. So 240 on AU is a lot. It's a big drop. So definitely keep an eye on this. Let's keep moving along here. We're going to drop over to AJ, which, you know, you can assume is going to be pretty similar to AU, you know, because we can see that AUD has dropped off quite a bit here in comparison to the yen. So we had this, you know, this bit of a transition here. We had a lower high form, and then momentum just picked up. Again, here's that gap lower coming out of AU. A lot of bearish volume coming into the market here. It broke lower, found a bit of support around our minor level, lower time frame level, 72.650. And then it came back up and tested broken support as resistance, gave us those confirmations, and now it's continuing to drop lower. The MAs are pushing its lower as well. I'm actually missing an MA here. I'm going to reload that one. But anyway, just based on price action, this was a good fib level that it retraced to, and we're looking to keep shorting this all the way down to our weekly. It's pretty far away. It's also near the negative 61.8 fib level, over 300 pips. So to enter on this, because this was a pretty good setup to enter on here. You know, this would have been early on the trade, good probability. So what do we do now, right? We're looking for lower time frame retracement. So ideally what you want to see is maybe, you know, a nice little another wick or retracement of this level, the 73.6, 73.600. So a nice retest of this would be good, followed by strong bearish setups on the 4 hour and 1 hour. Then you can enter in target lower, use proper risk management. You know, set your stop loss outside the prior lower high. So yeah, this was looking very bearish as well. Again, all time frames are pointing to that. I love this setup. A nice break of support, retest as resistance, strong setups that give you confirmation. This is so ideal. I'm actually loving this trade, this setup right now for this week. So I have no doubt there will be plenty of opportunities to enter short on this week, and we'll keep you guys updated. So let's keep moving. I'm going to cover Euro USD. Super bearish, guys. Again, like all these time frames are bearish. You know, I know we said it earlier at the start of this that there's so much, like every chart just looks, or most of these charts just look super bearish right now, which is fine. But, you know, again, here we have Euro USD, a lot of bearish volume. We saw a clean transition after this higher time frame. Resistance was tested, head and shoulders, break of the neckline, tested lower. It actually filled this range. So this was our next major support level. Price action came down, hit it, retested broken support, turned resistance, tested it, and then dropped significantly. So, you know, now we're past support, our major support level again. We're out of this range. So I threw a fib on it from the current level. If it does pull back a little bit, you know, it's very possible that we would see price action come back and test this support again as resistance, like it did here. So broken support, turn resistance, looking for that lower high, plus that fib level, plus CMAs, you know, more confirmation the better. And then there'll definitely be an opportunity to enter short here. And then we would just target this low, which makes the most sense as of right now, because this is our next major support level. It's also our negative 27 point fib level. So, you know, there's definitely a lot of pips to be made in here as well. I mean, 80 pips, it is kind of low right now, but if we look at the higher time frame, this is a big move that's being made right now. So there's a lot of room for this to drop, a lot of bearish momentum, strong, healthy trend, really playing off those resistance levels strongly. You know, just look at this red zone here, or this pink zone. Very, very significant. Bears are very much in control, despite this little bit of a bullish trend in here, right, in this pattern. So just keep looking for those lower time frame retracements, lower high formations with those confirmations. So this would look really good into this week. How much does it have to pull back? Let's take a look here. So a nice 40 pip retracement would be perfect, 40, 50 pips, and then we'll be calling this out this week as well as we see the setups play out. So let's keep moving. Again, guys, these are all we all posted these in our Discord and on Telegram, so definitely review them, compare them to your own analyses. Reaching 5 months lows, yeah. So let's keep moving. We're on to EJ now. EJ, this one we thought, okay, so last week we saw consolidation at this support level, right? I thought it was going to continue lower. It was really uncertain at this level, and you know, our analysis from last week said that we're looking for a drop lower, followed by a retest, or price action is going to pop back into this range, right, between 120, 250 and 122, 500. So price action popped back up, and now I found a little bit of resistance around the halfway mark here, around 121, 250. So here's our lower high, and now price action is testing support again. So we're back where we were last week. We're looking for a break lower, followed by a retest, or is price action going to pop back into this range, and then we'll have to wait and reevaluate again. So this is looking very interesting. I personally am bearish on this. I think this is going to be a clean transition. We're going to get significant closure, followed by a retest, lower high, plenty confirmations, bearish setups, and then it'll present an opportunity to go short on. And then we're looking to target simply down to our next major support level around 118, which is about over almost 200 pips away. So this would be a pretty good trade. Let me show you guys the weekly real quick to get a better idea of where price action is. So very, very strong bearish trend, as you can see. No lower highs have been, you know, eclipsed yet. There's no transitions happening. It's still very much bearish, as we can see. So, you know, this would be a pretty big move if we see this pop out and we get those confirmations that we're looking for. This could be a really, really big move. Now, remember, it's only 200 pips to this area, 118, which is our first target. Just 200 pips in that small, you know, small range on the weekly. So this could be a really big move. Potentially, we could drop even lower, but in which case we'll just be targeting, you know, support level after support level, potentially all the way down to this monthly. So we'll see. I'm excited for this one. EJ moves a lot. It's one of my all-time favorite pairs. Just clean transitions, and that's what we're looking at right here. So let's keep moving, guys. I'm going to cover NCAD for you. This is my last pair, and also was the best trade for me last week. So I'm excited to cover this one as our anchor, my final pair for you guys. So the monthly is bullish. Everything lower is very bearish, as we can see. I'm just going to jump up to the weekly here, show you guys. You know, this is very bearish. However, this is a big range. This is a huge monthly range. That's why this is bullish on the monthly. You can see it's just, you know, this is on a macro view here, this is very bullish, right? But on the weekly, it's bearish. You know, we're getting these lower lows, these lower highs, very bearish. Price actions kind of we're getting these consolidation areas, lower highs repeatedly. So it's kind of squeezing price action, which is to where we're at now. So we can see here on the weekly that this support level was broken. Now it was retested as support. I mean, as resistance, retested as resistance, and also a lower high. So we're just looking to keep playing with the trend, which is bearish, right? So we saw another clean transition here. This is a little head and shoulders pattern. We had a fake out. This was not a confirmed, you know, break. It didn't push higher. Price action actually reversed, gave us a lower high off of this monthly resistance level, and then started dropping, breaking these minor support levels, showing more lower highs on the lower time frame and giving us more bearish setup. So that's where we're at now. We're clearly in a bearish trend on this daily time frame, right? Price action is just printing lower lows. And we're looking for something similar to happen now. A nice retracement to this broken support, minor level, followed by, you know, bearish setup, something like this, a couple of tweezer tops or some bearish engulfings. evening stars. That's what we're looking for right in this area, right in this pocket. We're looking for price action to come up, give us those confirmations, in which case we'll short. It'll present those opportunities, and then we'll just target lower towards our next major support level. So down around this weekly, 0.84. You know, how many pips away is that? Over almost 150 pips. So a pretty significant trade, a lot of momentum in this pair, and I think this is highly likely that we'll see a 0.84 hit coming into the next week or two. So we're actually still short on this. I closed most of my trade at the end of last week. So there's only 20% of the original trade running, but I will look to re-enter if we do see another confirmation. If I see the confirmations that I want to see for another trade, I absolutely will re-enter on a lower high here with those setups. So pretty interesting, guys. NCAD's looking good. EJ is looking good. AJ is looking good for this week. AU, a lot of potential setups, guys. The volume is back. You know, we don't have to worry about that holiday low volume crap. You know, we're back. The market is in full swing, guys, and there's a lot of good setups to be had here. So would you look at lower time frame confirmations? Yeah, I'll drop to the 4 hour for you just for this real quick before I pass it off to Angelo. So here's NCAD. Here is the 4 hour. So like very good trend, guys. Look at this support level broken, retested once, retested a second time, and then price action pushed through this level again, printing another lower low. So this is looking really good. A nice retracement. You can even throw a fib on it on this lower time frame here. Throw a fib on it, see where we're at. You know, a nice 38.2 right here, which lines up with the higher time frame fib as well. This is a nice pocket, guys. Look to be look for those confirmations around 0.855 area, 38.2, 4 hour fib level. So this is definitely looking great. Strong trend. Hopefully that helped you out a little bit, Bradley. So I'm gonna pass this off to Angelo. Excuse me. So yeah, here we go. Angelo,
Cool.
you're up.
Nice. So let me just share my screen here, and we will get it going. There we go. All right, cool. So I'm going to cover a lot of the major pairs. Obviously, Nick just went over a lot. That was pretty good. Let's start off on UJ right here. UJ's at an interesting spot. So overall, bumping up. Let's bump up to the monthly and see what's going on. So the monthly, this is sort of what I'm seeing now. We had originally we were retesting this weekly level. We bounced off it, and we had a lot of exhaustion come here. And then this month, we've been building up. You see my screen, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. This month we've been building up, and we actually broke this level of resistance. We retested, and this is now forming potentially a morning star all the way on the monthly. On the weekly, this is looking, fairly bullish right now. We have breaks of resistance here, break resistance here, and we're getting these huge at support levels. We're just getting a lot of buyers coming in. So we're back up now near this level, this 200-day moving average. Previously, we just completely rejected and we fell back to support. But now, considering USD, the uncertainty, there's really not much right now. USD is fairly strong. Also, DXY analysis, fairly bullish now. So, just coming to this daily time frame, I'm really just looking to potentially make a new higher high here. So, pretty much a trade idea that I'm looking for based on we've just rejected this level. Let's bump down to the 4 hour and take a look. So, down to the 4 hour, we broke. We had the moving averages red over blue here. We're bearish here. Now we broke above. Pretty much, ideally, I'm looking for some sort of retracement in this zone right here at this 38.2 level. I'm looking for a bounce out of this area or some sort of consolidation up here in some sort of pattern, whether it's a pennant, a flag, a rectangle. I'm really just looking for bullish setup. So if I can get a pullback though in this area, we've got multiple confirmations. We got the Fibonacci 200-day moving average, and we can even get a support level, grab a support level in there. So definitely going to look ideally to come into this. So that's USD JPY, NZD USD. This thing has just been falling. So we actually called this all the way up here. This was, when price was all the way up here, we were saying, okay, we're potentially going to form another lower high, right? Because this weekly trend is bearish. This weekly trend is bearish, and then we were overextended. And then we had this large exhaustion right here. So pretty much we were looking, to potentially take this back to where we are now. So now we're all the way down here. Last week closed, no wick at all. So, very bearish. At this point right now, as you see, we're opening, not too much of a gap. I'm just looking to retest this monthly level support, which previously we consolidated around for quite a while. So I'm looking to come back in that area. For that to happen for me, I'm looking for some sort of pullback. We're at a low. I'm not necessarily trying to enter right now, like at this low. I'm going to wait, to see how price comes back. If we can even get something minor, to this level and then get some confirmation, I'm going to be pretty confident, again, shorting this back into this monthly level of support. So that's NZD USD. Let's go to USD CHF. Let's bump up to the
This is
weekly.
looking pretty good.
Yeah, so USD CHF, we were, let's see.
Yeah, Johnny. Good eye, Johnny.
Yeah, USD CHF is going to be interesting. I mean, we were all the way down here, and we've been saying for weeks, potentially pull back. Based on every time this pair has made lows, it's just pulled back aggressively. So right now, that's sort of what we're seeing all the way up on this monthly. Red over blue. So you could say we're still bearish, but let's get down to the weekly right here. Ideally, on this weekly, considering how bullish we are right now, I could see price coming up to retest this 200-day moving average first, which is support turn resistance, or all the way up to this monthly level right there. And then the daily, we're breaking structure right now. If we want to bring out our random line and just sort of line it up, we're breaking structure. We had candles close above, so that's confirmed. Bump down now to the 4-hour time frame. We're all the way at this high right now, so really no entry opportunity at the moment long term, to swing this. So I'm looking for price to come first off to this 38.2 as always to retest, or down to this random line, this level right here. Price could just continue to climb right now, right? And you could really monitor this on the lower time frames and look for potential opportunities, but I'm going to look for a swing down before ultimately longing this pair. So USD CHF, let's go to GU. Let's bump up. So GU, I feel like I've been saying for literally the past 6 weeks that overall we're at this bearish confluence level, right? So we rejected the weekly level with this bearish engulfing. So that really tells you everything you need to know. And then we had 2 wicks come up, reject. Ultimately, we had these buyers come in with this last-ditch effort. Let's bump down to the daily. But pretty much what we were looking at here is we have gone over this in the last 4 Sunday market blitz. We have higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we formed these lower highs. So we formed this lower high, and then this level had been respected multiple times, 1, 2 times, huge bearish engulfing candle, and then we got an entry opportunity out in this area. So if we bump down to the 4-hour, start to make sense of structure, look at a 4-hour structure. Let's just look only right here is we have these lows, right? We have this higher high, this low, just retested this level, higher high, this low, and then we just broke this low right here, this point of structure for this uptrend. And same thing I'm looking for some sort of pullback. We're just all the way at this low right now. Looking for some sort of pullback, ideally at this 38.2, but we had some consolidation here. So, could we come back, just retest this consolidation, and then just continue lower? And ultimately, the first level I'm going to look for is this random line, which just lines up with our negative 27. And then pretty much all the way down here, this monthly level of support looks like we might be retesting. Let's just bump back up to the weekly too. So the weekly, we just take a look, we hit this weekly level. Now, inevitably, we could see some consolidation. We could see some sort of slow up in this trend, but the next level I'm looking to test is this monthly level support down there. So let's bump to USD CAD. USD CAD is interesting because of the fact a lot of people are waiting. Pretty much a lot of people are trying to short right here because if we just look at this daily, we have this lower low, we have this lower high, this lower low, and then people are saying, this is a supply zone, we're at 100% level. If we get confirmation here, we're going to short that. Sure, I mean, if I do get a serious transition here, like I will look to short, but at the same time, like looking at the weekly time frame, and even up to the monthly. So let's look at the weekly first. The weekly came down. We managed to retest our monthly level. Rocketed right off of that. On this monthly time frame, we actually had our moving averages cross bullish right here. Then we had this huge bearish engulfing, and we shot right back up. And now we're breaking above the moving averages right now. So this is pretty interesting. Even though the structure, is showing this 100% level, ultimately we respect that. Technically, this is sound to short. I'm really looking for this to break above and then retest and then go long with USD CAD and try to long this into this monthly level up here. So we are fairly bullish on USD pairs right now. Let's see. And it just lines up with the technicals as well. So GJ is like a lot of these GBP pairs. It's at this bearish confluence zone, and it's been here for a while. So this weekly got this bearish engulfing. That tells you everything you need to know. We had this bullish candle, a lot of exhaustion. This doji, a lot of exhaustion. And then ultimately we started to fall off. So let's go to the daily and take a look. The daily, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower high, that was respected 2 times. And then now, boom, we broke down here, bearish engulfing, and then we're getting this bearish engulfing again. So we're just riding below this moving average now on the daily. So down to the 4-hour now. Look at this 4-hour, 200-day. We were above it. Now we're managing to break below there. Let's just look at 4-hour structure. I fibbed from my high to my low. Right here, we hit 50% level. We managed to fall off. That was last week, literally going, if you were on last week's Sunday Market Blitz, I literally said this pair short early this week, and it fell that night. And now it came back up, retested that level again, fell. I'm not looking to do anything at the moment besides wait for potentially some sort of retracement again, to this level. And then we'll see if there's opportunities once we get back up to a level of resistance. So that is GJ. Again, all the pairs that are sort of at lows, we're just going to be waiting for them to come back to levels of resistance that we then can look for setups at. And yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's what we're comfortable with doing at the end of the day. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to just wait for the best setups so that we can comfortably just get in and take trades and make money at the end of the day.
Absolutely. So again, just quick recap, guys. There's a lot of setups this week, most of them being bearish. We just gave you guys 12 pairs with our explanation. Excuse me, as we do every Sunday. But if you do want to, go back through these charts, we just posted them in Discord, and you can also check them out on Telegram or TradingView. So definitely go through them, guys, and yeah, maybe share some of your charts in our Discord, and we'll give you guys some feedback. I'm sure plenty of the other members would love to see your personal analysis as well. So yeah, jump in the conversation, guys. We're sharing some charts, and thanks for joining. I mean,
we're updating for those that are on the call. I think a lot of members are on the call. You can post up in the Forex chat.
Hashtag Forex channel.
Yeah, so we're going to make Sunday Market Blitz. We want to get more into lower time frame analysis if possible. But we're going to make the Sunday Market Blitz. It's just a live session on Sundays where we go over obviously what we just did. We're going to make it only available to members from now on. We feel like that is something that benefits, is a lot of value, and we feel like the members deserve that because they're the ones that are paying for the service.
Yep.
So we're going to make that for members. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to do live sessions. We're reorganizing what we're doing. We're aiming to do some live sessions during the week. So just look out for any announcements. Right now, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things that we're trying to restructure because like I said in the chat, at the end of the day, we're trying to work more close with you guys so you guys can actually become more successful. And so you guys aren't just out there on your own, and we can sort of track the progress that you guys are making. And obviously, if you benefit from the analysis, feel free to, put it in the chat, and feel free to continue to show all the support that you guys are. And thanks for staying on for as long as you guys did. This is another Sunday Market Blitz. And obviously, good luck, this week. And let's make shit happen. We're going to post all our analysis for the members in the chat when we do see some things. And yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, guys. So have a great trading week. We're not that far away. You'll hear from us all week long, guys. So thanks again for joining.
This will be recorded. Obviously, this is recorded, so we'll upload this right now, and you can watch again if you want. And enjoy the rest of your night. Peace out.
Thanks, everyone.